Donkey Kong.
That is the first thing we do look for in any new Donkey Kong model is how pert is the ass.
Bonanza. A game that had me quite going a bit crazy on the day it was revealed. And in light of this wonderful game we're getting in July, I thought I should start replaying the first few Donkey Kong Country games. Hopefully I can turn this video into a series. I'm honestly not sure. I'm definitely going to do DKC1, but I'd like to do the Land Trilogy, the other country games, and Donkey Kong 64, but we can see how that turns out. Before I go in, I'm not going to give some big rant of something of like how great this franchise was in the 90s or something. No. Bonanza is going to be the third Donkey Kong game I've ever experienced in my life. I was born in the same year Country Returns came out. So I'm not really going to have much experience of how it was like to play these games as they were being released in the 90s. I have played these games before. Not much of them. I honestly have forgotten to finish all of these, so that's why I'm mainly replaying them. Honestly, I don't think I've ever finished a singular Donkey Kong game, not even the arcade game. So, hopefully, let's get right into this. First game on this list is Donkey Kong Country.
We're on the road to success.
Oh my god, this is the greatest game of all time. So, you can probably tell that I just completed Donkey Kong Country today. And, yeah, this is literally one of the greatest games I've ever played. This is definitely, like, my favorite video game, like, ever. Now that that's out of the way, expect a fair amount of glaze for this game. Because I literally just said this is, like, my favorite video game of all time. I am going to glaze the crap out of this game. I love this game so much. It is literally one of my favorite things I've ever played. But before we talk about the actual game itself, I really want to talk about something that I just absolutely love about Donkey Kong Country.
The beast is back.
I personally think the artwork of Donkey Kong Country in all of its succeeding games are what make the games so incredible and are just one of my favorite aspects. I mean, look at this. This is cool. This is what gives Donkey Kong Country such an amazing reputation. It outstanded video game so much for only being in 1994. And obviously, as someone who was not there at all to experience the launch of this game, I don't think I'll ever be able to grasp how much even the artwork of this game changed gaming. This YouTube video of the conversation does a really good job of making it out of like how groundbreaking Donkey Kong Country was. I really suggest giving a watch after this video. Or just listen to the podcast in general. It is genuinely one of my favorite podcasts ever. I love you, DK Vine. Glazing Donkey Kong fan sites aside, it is genuinely so cool that the sprites for this game use the same exact models as what is used in the promotion. Pre-rendered sprites is like such an amazing thing. It's crazy how much we can probably get to this quality of sprites and models today. I mean, never mind. Jokes about Nintendo's compression levels aside, the models and artwork of this game are absolutely amazing. I am still dumbfounded by how beautiful this game looks. And now, speaking about the actual game, let's talk about...
It's a jungle in there. Donkey Kong Country rated E for everyone on Game Boy Color.
The gameplay of this game. Oh my god, the gameplay of this game. It is so good. It is incredible. I love the mechanics of it. I love just tagging in, tagging out Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. I love just throwing barrels, throwing enemies. You can make such cool like combos and stuff just with jumping around, throwing barrels. It's absolutely incredible how simple of a moveset Rare gave to Donkey and Diddy and how just complex moves and just how awesome it can be. It is genuinely incredible how well designed this game is. the mechanics of this game, like the roll jump, it is so good. The roll jump is especially well because you can just absolutely just roll off an edge accidentally, and you can just jump back up like nothing happened. I am so glad this is being added back to Bonanza. It is such a good mechanic, and I absolutely love it. Another thing that is like absolutely masterclass about this game is the level design. Everyone and their mom and their grandma know how hard of a game this is, but it is still absolutely incredible. It shows that just because a game is hard, it doesn't mean it's bad. There is absolute masterclass design, and even there could be useless stuff in the level. Like, some things can only show up once, like the rock crocs. They only show up in one level, and guess what? The level that it's in is still amazing. There is non-stop action and new mechanics introduced in this game. Every world you'll get like 10 new things, and it's amazing. There is one enemy that is introduced in the very last level of the game before you fight King K. Rool. And it is still like amazing. So many enemy types are in this game. I can admit, however, that some enemy types can get a little boring. Most enemies in the game are introduced in the first and second world, so when you get to the later halves of the game, it is really just tiring, seeing not much new, and some enemies can just definitely just be annoying and just not favorable at all. I personally am not really a fan, like, at all of the Zingers. They have always just been like the most annoying DK enemies ever. I'm just not sure why they've always just annoyed me. I've never liked them. While we're on the talk of just negatives, one thing I really do not like is some difficulty stumps. I do absolutely love the hard difficulty of this game. It's absolutely amazing. But there is just some levels that are piss easy, and you can just get it done in one try when, like, every level surrounding it is super hard. This level from World 6 of the game is super easy. I was able to beat it in one try. Literally no sweat. I don't know why this was put this late into the game, but it's just super easy, and I don't know why. Another really easy level is this one. This is another late stage level that is just super easy for no reason. Rare could have just made it hard, but I don't know what substances they were on. Clearly, there is some mess up in the level design category, which I'm like really not happy about, but I guess every game is going to have its faults somewhere. And I think one last fault I want to talk about before I talk on more goods is just the bosses. Some bosses in this game are just disappointing. They feel too easy. It's crazy that just such mundane levels can be so much better than actual boss fights. The first two boss fights of the game are absolutely easy. I don't know why. I really am just especially not a fan of Very Naughty and Neki. Those two boss fights just felt disappointing. They were too easy. I guess it can make sense. They're supposed to be for the first two worlds of the game, but it can still be a disappointment when levels in that world are harder than the boss fight. Even the refights in worlds 5 and 6 in the game are still disappointments. They are still easy. Neki's refight is harder, I guess. I'm still just not a fan of it, like, at all. But let's talk about more positive that I just absolutely love about this game. One thing I just absolutely love about DKC1 is the world building of the game. There is so many just amazing characters introduced. You have Candy Kong, you have Cranky Kong, you have the best fictional character of all time that just cannot be topped. Funky Kong appeared in this game. This game should have won like 13 million awards just for Funky Kong appearing and nothing else. Funky Kong is such a cool character. Oh my god. And even with all of these characters, it feels like such, and I mean such, a relief to get to these stations of these characters. I love reading the endless rants of Cranky Kong. I love seeing just Funky's flights. It's amazing to see him. And it especially feels so good just to get to Candy's save point. It is such like a dopamine rush. I am probably gonna get a dopamine addiction because of this game. I'm gonna be real. It just feels so good to get like past the level. It feels so good to get a Candy save point. It just feels so good to do anything in this game. I mean, one of my favorite things in this game is literally to just throw a barrel at an enemy just to see them just get knocked out by it. It's just such a cool thing. And all the locations of this game, I just absolutely love. I love Creme Croc Industries. I love Vine Valley. I love every location in this game. I love DK Island. It's such a nice setting. It's always like the best place for any Donkey Kong game to take place on. And one of my favorite locations, especially the home and place of one of my favorite gaming villains, and why I'm even a fan of Donkey Kong at all.
Take away your jams. Have a nice vacation when I take your travel plans.
Oh my god, King K. Rool is like the coolest villain in gaming ever. But before I go on a full tangent on why I love King K. Rool so much, I have to give my history of Donkey Kong. You see, before King K. Rool was announced for Smash when I was 8 years old in 2018, I had zero knowledge at all of Donkey Kong just being a separate franchise from Mario. I never knew about the Kremlings. I never knew about any other game. I always just assumed that Donkey Kong was just some Mario character, and Diddy and Funky Kong were just created alongside him just for Mario Kart and nothing else. I never actually realized, like, Donkey Kong Country is its own thing with its own legacy and just own games. King K. Rool finally made me realize, like, oh, Donkey Kong Country is his own thing. Even then, back in, like, 2nd grade, when I was waiting for this game to come out, I was like, oh my god, King K. Rool is coming to Smash Bros! And I had no idea who this guy was. I always just thought he was, like, some really cool character. I never knew, like, Donkey Kong was its own thing. I always just loved that. And I'm so grateful for it. I think my love for Donkey Kong Country expanded even harder when the free games came on the Nintendo Switch Online in like 2020 when I was 10. I played all of them. I got through most of them. I got somewhat far besides like DKC free. For some reason, I could never figure out how to get past the first few levels. I never know why. But I love these games, and I gotta thank King K. Rool's inclusion in Smash Bros. Just for it, for introducing me to Donkey Kong Country in general. All of my history before King K. Rool being in Smash Bros. With Donkey Kong is literally just my mom got DKC 1 on Virtual Console when I was like 4 years old. And you'd probably ask, then why didn't I know Donkey Kong was its own thing back then? I mean, I was 4 years old. I did not know anything about what these games actually were. I don't even think I played a single level. I just knew I had it on my Wii. And I just never knew anything. I just gotta thank Smash Bros. For introducing me to this amazing franchise. But now it's time to talk about the final thing in this review. The actual boss fight. And oh my god, this is such an amazing conclusion to the game. It is so hard, and I absolutely just loved this fight when I was playing it. It just made me realize, like, oh, this is like one of my favorite games ever. It's such a, like, hats off conclusion to this game. Having just a tough as nails boss fight to end such a hard game. And I absolutely love it and adore it for that. I love this boss fight so much. It's probably one of my favorite boss fights in gaming ever. I just love it so much. And I obviously love the character of King K. Rool. This makes it even better. I just absolutely love this fight. And just an absolutely amazing level in this game. I just love this so much. You never know what he's going to do next. It's just an amazing part of this ending. And I just absolutely love it for that. I can't just express more how much I just love this game. It's just such a hard game, and I just absolutely love it so much. And that's really it for my ending. Thank you guys for watching. Oh, god damn it, we still have to talk about you.
only in Donkey Kong Country.
Okay, I'm gonna make this really brief. I don't want to talk about a whole other game. I'm just gonna talk about some other stuff. Yes, I think some of the backgrounds look kind of cooler. I'm not really too sure about that. I love the muted color palette of the original. I always love me just a good, dark, deep, and just muted color palette. It always just looks nice to me. They do look prettier. I do love, like, you can see more detail, but it's just not the same. It's just not the same as the original, man. Funky Kong now having mini games and stuff, and same with some, Candy Kong having some, like, DDR thing. It's neat, I suppose. I really haven't played for this much. It's probably gonna be a while before I play this. I've only ever played the SNES version. I have had, like, light experience with this. It's pretty cool. I think that the DK64 Kongs appear in this. I might be thinking of some other remake, though. But, yeah, that's actually all I have to say about Donkey Kong Country. Thank you guys so much for watching.